Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Season 12, Episode 30, overall 635 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles, along with their great selection of all-electric vehicles and Cadillac vehicles as well. You can call the dealership at 519-824-0210 and tell them Chris Palme sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership has been family run and operated here in the city of Guelph since 1969. And with winter here, check out Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership for winter tires. Check out Greg Smith, a service consultant at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership. I hope everyone's doing well on this Tuesday, December 16th, 2025. I am doing well. I did a speaking engagement this morning for the Business Education Partnership of Waterloo Region, thanks to Jennifer Bernsteel, and was able to speak to some high school kids this morning for an hour about my career story and about the importance of education in and outside of a classroom and about picking a career. But you can also have 1, 2, 3, 4 careers as well. I'm really looking forward to this show today. She's a friend of the show. This is her second appearance and first in a year, a friend of mine, and I'm really looking forward to having her on. She just had a latest single out, released this past August, called Best Seat in the House, and her name is Casey Johns. She is a Nashville country music recording artist, superstar, and I'm going to bring Casey Johns on right now to talk a little bit about her latest single, Best Seat in the House. Good afternoon, Casey. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Doing good, and I've got now special effects for this show too.
I love the audience clap. That was great.
I was going to do the gong, but I thought now we'll do the applause for today.
Either one, they work awesome.
So how are you doing, and are you getting ready for the holiday Christmas season?
I've been doing well. Yes, absolutely. I'm excited to go home and see the family for the holidays.
Are you going to have 1 or 2 days off for the holidays?
I am. I'm hopefully I'm going to have the whole week off, which will be really nice.
Oh, that's awesome. And can you just tell us about some of your tours lately? I guess you were on the road for 10 days?
Yes, we just did a run through Georgia and Vegas and Tampa. And then we got in on Sunday, and then we had a music video shoot yesterday here in Nashville. And now I'm doing interviews all day today, which is great.
Wow. Now, what do you prefer, doing a video shoot or interviews?
I like them both. They're, I feel like you have to bring different energy vibes to each, to different events, I guess, in a way. Like yesterday was just, I was on camera all day, and then today I'm on camera as well. But yesterday I had to be like I had to play music and I had to move around and, kind of act in a way as far as like acting and stuff. And then today I get to sit on my couch in my home, which is really nice, and just hang out.
Now, on typical, how long is a video shoot?
It was from 11 to 5 yesterday.
That's a long day. That's 6 hours. That's long enough.
It's a long day.
Now, how often do you do a video shoot, Casey?
So I haven't done a video shoot, a music video shoot. I don't think I've done since last Christmas when we shot for the Christmas music video. We've done a lot of like video shoots, like content stuff, all year. But as far as a music video shoot, this will be the first one of the year.
Now, how was your performance overall in Vegas? You were in Georgia and then Vegas, and what other state as well? I think you mentioned off camera.
We were in Tampa.
Tampa.
It was good, man. We played over at Toonies in Georgia, and then we went to the NFR in Vegas, which was a blast. It was my first NFR. And then in Tampa, I got to play a couple Christmas private parties and got to see some old friends, and it was great.
Now, I know a year ago you released your own song, Rock for Christmas. Besides that song, do you have a specific favorite Christmas song?
Please Come Home for Christmas is obviously it's not one I wrote, but that's probably one of my favorite Christmas songs.
You're going to put you on the spot here for Christmas. Snow or no snow?
No snow. I hate snow. There's people are going to argue with me about that all day long, but I do not like the cold.
Favorite Christmas movie and Christmas favorite food?
My favorite Christmas movie is probably The Holiday. It's one of my favorites. And then favorite Christmas food? Oh, goodness. I mean, people are going to argue with me about this, but I either like the vegetables or the mac and cheese.
Oh, mac and cheese. Oh, geez. I'm having lasagna this year. I'm actually switching. I usually have ham every year for Christmas, but this year it's going to be homemade lasagna.
Oh, my God. Yum. That sounds
I think
so
next
good.
year I'm going to try the homemade macaroni and
Oh my God,
cheese.
yum. That sounds so good. Good choice.
What makes a good mac and cheese?
Good choice. Being it's homemade, like it's made from love, you know.
Anything homemade.
Makes it every year. She does a great job.
How good of a cook are you?
Not at all. I'm a terrible cook.
No. I'm taking a cooking class. So I'm trying to get better on my cooking skills.
Yep, that makes sense. I mean, I can make the heck out of a grilled cheese, but that's about it.
Oh, grilled cheese is okay. You can never go wrong with a grilled cheese.
That's right.
It's basic, but it's a good food. It's good food.
Yep.
Casey, can you just tell our audience a little bit about yourself and your latest performances and overall how well did they go in those clubs?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. I grew up in a little town right outside of Memphis called Hernando, Mississippi. And yeah, I just grew up. I sang on the Beale Street scene. I sang on the Broadway scene. I've done everything from cruise ships to theme parks, and I've been in Nashville for about 8 years, touring and writing music. And this past year we did about 200 dates, and I'm looking forward to do about 205 dates next year. So it's going to be a good year next year for sure.
Now, being on tour for 10 days, what's the most challenging or difficult thing being away for 10 days?
I've never really had a problem living out of a suitcase. I had a conversation with someone the other day about this, how they hated living out of a suitcase. But I feel like that's part of being on the road, and I've always loved it. I guess the most difficult thing is the lack of sleep. You don't really get a whole lot of sleep. You get to you play a late night show, and then you got to wake up early and drive to the next town. So I would probably say just lack of sleep is probably the hardest part.
Do you drink a lot of caffeine, a lot of coffee? Get a caffeine in you?
I love matcha, so I'm all about, but matcha's still got the caffeine in it. So yeah, I'm all about the caffeine.
And what makes a good club for you to perform?
Man, just the energy from the crowd. If you got good energy, it's going to be a good show.
I've asked some comedians this too. Do you find it more difficult to perform in front of a sold out crowd, or is it more difficult to play in front of a smaller crowd, or it really doesn't make a difference when you're performing?
To me, I think at this point, it doesn't really make a difference. I used to have a harder time performing in front of 2 or 3 people rather than a sold out crowd. But I think at this point, it's gotten to the point where I just love performing. I'll perform in front of anyone. I love entertaining, and I love. I think anybody that comes to our shows, they just love. They want a show. So it's a blast.
Now, since you were on my show a year ago, how much would you say you've improved in the last year, and how much your music has grown, especially on social media platforms?
Oh, goodness. Yeah, our music has definitely grown a lot on social media platforms, and I have just everyone to thank for that. I'm just so grateful that people are enjoying the music and love what we do. I think I've grown as an artist, just more in my writing. I think I'm writing a little bit more honest and a little bit more, especially with Best Seat in the House. It was more of my story about my granddaddy, and I think a lot of people are relating to that. So I'm just grateful people like the music.
For those people that are watching the show live stream or on audio, and they're looking to get into the music industry, besides the singing, performing aspect, what would you give them for your experience as a writer?
I would just say to write honest, right? Whatever's in your heart. If you walk into a room and something's going on that day, whether it's a relationship or family life, just write about it. And whatever comes out, don't feel ashamed, don't feel embarrassed. Just get it out on paper, and hopefully the co-writers around you will help you write your story better than you can.
Well, congratulations on your latest single, which came out in August 2025, called "Best Seat in the House." And what was your main inspiration for this song?
So the song was about my granddaddy who just recently passed away 2 years
I am
ago.
so sorry. I am sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you. Who's my best friend? But he taught me how to play. He gave me my first guitar, and whenever he'd come to my shows, we always told him he had the best seat in the house. So this song was a tribute to him, and even though he's not here anymore, we still think he's got the best seat in the house. So.
What was the writing process like for this song? Did you it just immediately came to you, or did it take you a little bit of time?
It took me a little bit of time. It was right after his funeral. I went to the boys in the band and I said, my granddaddy deserves a song. He deserves something that is special to me and special to him. And so we sat in a writer's room, and I wrote this with Colin Cross, Tim Baumgartner, and Tim Angston. And they just allowed me to just tell my story about my granddad. And I just told story after story after story. And I think that this song represents a lot of just stories from what we had going on and how I grew up, and my love for my granddad. And I'm glad people are relating to it.
How satisfying was it seeing it being released on radio and on social media platforms and live streaming platforms?
It was the greatest thing ever, man. We went number 3 on the radio charts last week, and I'm so grateful.
That's amazing. Congratulations. And hopefully we can get your song played over in Canada more too.
Absolutely. That'd be really cool.
Well, really, with the live streaming now and the technology, music really is international.
It really is. Yeah, we just did our first UK tour this past year, and it's been incredible just to see how far music can travel.
What was that experience like in the UK? And I know I've had a guest, Kirsty Krause, on, and she's performed in the UK a couple times, and country music has exploded over in the UK.
It really is. I mean, shout out to Kirsty, because she's amazing. She's such a hard worker. And just the UK crowds are just so cool. They love live music. They love going to shows. So it's, I love going over there to perform. I hope we get to do it again next year.
And hopefully you'll be able to come to Canada at some point too.
Yes, I would love that.
Now, how long were you over in the UK, and did it take you a little time to adjust to the time change? I guess they're 5 hours ahead of us, or
Definitely.
In your case, 6 hours.
Yeah, definitely. We were there for 3 weeks, and definitely had a little. I didn't have time to get over the jet lag. Let's say that. Like, it was constant travel, like the day we got there. So, but it was a blast. I can't wait to do it again.
Were you able to see some sites, and did you have any favorite moments as well as performing there?
We did. Yeah, we got to see a lot of the sites, and it was so fun. I mean, we were from London to Wales. I mean, we were just all over in the UK. And I think one of my favorite moments was we played a show called Buckle and Boots, and we were like 10 minutes into our set, and the power goes out across the whole festival. And we kind of just had to figure out in that moment what we were going to do. So the drummer, Adam, he comes up to me and he goes, just play Jolene. And so with all the power out across the festival, we just went into a Dolly Parton song, and she saved us, and the whole crowd saved us. They sang it back to us. And then right when we hit the ending of that song, the power came back on, and we were able to finish our set. But yeah, Dolly saved us in that moment. Let's just say that. But that was my favorite moment.
Were you able to do some radio interviews over in the UK?
Definitely. There was one night where, I say night because I had stayed up all night preparing for these interviews, and it was like early morning. I did interviews all day long. So, I think I did about 6 hours worth of interviews over there.
Your new song, Best Seat in the House, overall, how did it do over in the UK?
I think it's done pretty well. I haven't really seen the chart metrics on international side, but I know it's done well here. So that's good.
What are your thoughts on the CDs? Do you feel CDs are still can be used, or do you feel that they're kind of gone like the cassette?
I don't know. I think that I think vinyls are definitely the like trending thing now. I was listening to a podcast yesterday where like cassettes are back. So I think, you know, even if people aren't really using CDs, I think it's a cool collectible. And same with cassettes. I mean, even, you know, it helps an artist out if you do buy merch. And so even if people aren't using the CDs or cassettes, you can still use them as collectibles.
When you were over in the UK, did you get a lot of selfies and a lot of autograph requests?
Definitely. Absolutely.
How satisfying was it to go over to another country like the UK and have people react to the music the way they did?
It was awesome. It was great. I'm just so happy that they love live music.
Now, Casey, can you just tell us about the strong bond that you share with your grandfather? And was he a singer as well, or is he more of a guitar player?
He played guitar. He sang a lot too. Yeah, we shared that bond together by just, you know, getting off the road and coming home and playing guitar together and singing together. And yeah, he was my best friend.
Do you still get a little emotional when you hear that song? Because music does bring back powerful memories.
It does. Yeah, there's moments on stage where there's certain lines that'll still kind of hit me. And yeah, especially in moments where there's certain type of energy will hit you in the crowd. And yeah, definitely.
Well, what I'm going to do right now, Casey, is do I have your permission to play Best Seat in the House? Like, I know what YouTube and Facebook's like for copyright. So do I have your permission to play Best Seat in the House?
Absolutely.
Courtesy of Casey John's YouTube channel. I've subscribed, and everyone else, please subscribe to Casey John's YouTube channel as well. Best Seat in the House, and we're going to play it right now, Casey. And let me know if you can hear the audio, okay?
Patsy Cline and Willie, Merle and Johnny Cash, stack of CDs sliding around that F-150 dash, riding downtown singing out loud to an old school country song. Back at home he picked the chords and I try to strum along. I try to strum along, sing. Oh, oh, front porch begging till the sun went down. He had the best seat in the house. Heaven only knows. Those kind of memories never burn out. I give it all to be back there now, when he had the best seat in the house. Gatlinburg to Dallas, Green Bay to Cocoa Beach. He called me up before each show as they sing a song for me. So I'll never leave out Loveless, wherever this road leads. And I won't forget the courthouse square underneath that old oak tree. He was singing along with me. Bringing the band back to my hometown. He had the best seat in the house. Heaven only knows. Those kind of memories never burn out. I give it all to be back there now, when he had the best seat in the house. Those kind of memories never burn out. I give it all to Yeah. Yeah.
That was Casey John's latest single, Best Seat in the House, which was released, I believe, in August 2025, Casey, right?
Correct.
That is a song. That is a great song, and that is definitely a hit. And that's just amazing. Now, how did you come up with the name of the song, and also who helped you with the video graphics there? Because I thought that was wonderful, seeing you and your late grandfather.
Oh, well, that was my marketing team. You can definitely thank them for that. They do a great job. And best seat in the house title, it came from just always telling me I had the best seat in the house, even though he and I would pick on the front porch. We always told him that. So we just took that and made it personal.
Now, this song, can you tell our audience where the song is available on live streaming platforms right now?
Yep, you can go to Spotify or any streaming platform that you want to hear it on, YouTube. You can go to my website, wherever.
Now, did you have to kind of shrink the song down a little bit? Because usually in radio, it's about 3 minutes. Did you have to cut some of it out?
Nope, not at all.
Now, how important is it as a musician to have a good marketing team these days?
You don't have to have one. I definitely think it helps with branding. So yeah, if you have it in your budget, I definitely think it's a good idea.
And I do have it in the background on here as well.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
No problem, Casey. And now we talked off air here. You have another single coming out in February. So congratulations. Are you able to talk to us a little bit about your new single and your plans for another album?
Absolutely. The song is called Bad Perfume. It comes out February 6th. So we're super excited about that. Super excited about releasing a record next May. So that's, it's going to be a fun project.
Congratulations. Now, being the curious type in radio and media, and I like asking questions, how many songs approximately will be on this album or record?
Ooh, I think there's close to 8 or 10.
8 to 10, yeah. Will this be your first album on a record?
Nope. The last record came out in 2023, and that was the Thunder record.
Are you kind of amazed? I know I'm 53, but I'm kind of amazed that vinyl records are back as popular as they were back in the 70s when I was a kid.
I think it's awesome. I have a record player over there. I've got all my uncle's latest, oldest vinyl records, and I collect vinyls. I love them. So I've just got like a huge collection over here. But I think it's awesome.
Do you find the quality of the music is better on a vinyl record than on, let's say, a CD or live streaming?
Yeah, I like the static sound of it. I think it's cool.
So that is awesome. Bad Perfume. May I ask how you came up with the name for that?
We were just kind of going back and forth. My drummer and I were having a conversation, and he said something kind of cool about a conversation he was having with someone else. And he said it hit him like a bad cologne. And I didn't like the name Bad Cologne, but I liked Bad Perfume. And I just thought that was a cool title for a song. So we took an old relationship that I was in and kind of added this as the title of the song.
Have you figured out what colors you're gonna use on the record vinyl record cover?
On the record cover, we haven't decided all that yet. No, we are still coming up with the design and the whole theme of the record, but we've still got a little bit of time.
Now, do you have the final say on all the songs that go on in this album? Like
Definitely.
Between the 8 and 10 songs, yeah?
Definitely, yeah.
How difficult can that be to pick out music? Because obviously you want all your music on an album, but only so many can go on. What's the process like for you?
Well, we haven't released a record since Rodeo Queen came out. So Rodeo Queen will be on the record, every single that we've released, and then probably 2 other songs that have not been released yet. But we play them in our live shows, so people that come to the shows already know them. So those 2 songs will also be on the record.
Now, when your new song and album comes out in, I guess, did you say February 6th?
The single comes out in February 6th. Yes.
February 6th. Okay. And then the album will be out in when?
May.
Oh, that's not that far away, really.
Not far away.
Now, are you going to be playing Bad Perfume as of the first week of February? Do you have shows already lined up for that month?
We've been playing Bad Perfume all year. So I kind of took the feedback we were getting from the audience as to release it as a single. It'll definitely be on the record coming out in May. And I mean, we are booked solid next year. So I mean, we already booked up until June next year. So we'll definitely be playing the song out at every live show.
Casey, what are your thoughts on your fan-driven campaign, Best Seat Stories, which is open now through December 31st? And how can fans who are watching this show live stream or on audio enter online for this?
Yeah, you can just go to my link tree, and right there in the Google form, you can fill out all your info. And it's basically just, I love hearing about stories. This song is such a storytelling song, and I just want to hear anybody else's stories if they've gone through the same thing. And you can just submit a photo of someone that was your biggest fan or your biggest cheerleader or someone who had the best seat in the house in your life. And you can just send in your story, and I'd love to read about it. And I just repost it on my Instagram story every week.
How many stories have you received already so far, approximately?
We've done one every single week for the last couple of weeks now. So it's been really cool to see people's stories, and just, I've loved reading about everyone's stories and knowing that there's people out there that go through the same thing.
And that, I imagine, keeps you motivated as a songwriter as well, because a lot of your music comes from your past life experiences and relationships.
Definitely, yeah.
Now, is there going to be a prize for anybody there, or is it just you're going to put it on your social media sites?
No, I just put it right there on my Instagram story every week.
Do you have any other contests coming out that you want to announce on here?
We don't have any yet, but hopefully we will next year.
Now, can you tell us some of your upcoming live performances? I guess after Christmas, and do you have any more plans to perform internationally in 2026? Obviously, the UK was a really good experience.
Yeah, we definitely will do Norway again. We go to Norway about 2 or 3 times a year, so we'll definitely go back there next year. Hoping we'll do a UK tour. It looks like our states tour is just filling up. I mean, we're everywhere from New Mexico to Colorado to California. We're going back to the Ellensburg Rodeo next year in Washington. I mean, we're doing a bunch of stuff in Kansas, Missouri. We're going back down to Key West. We're doing some stuff in North Carolina. We're just all over the map next year. So it's going to be crazy. Texas, of course. It's going to be a crazy year next year.
Any plans to do a duo with another artist in the future?
Maybe so. The last duet I did was with Ty Smith, who's just killing it out there right now. That was the last one I did. So hopefully we'll do one again next year. That'd be great.
Now, when you do a duo, what's one of the things you look for when you consider doing a song with someone else?
Mostly the song. If the song is good and I connect with it, I think it's going to hit harder. And then obviously whoever you're doing the song with, if you collaborate well together, voice wise and writing wise, then it's going to be great.
Now, how important is it to have a little bit of work-life balance too, so you don't get burned out?
I definitely think it's important to meditate. It's important to take time for yourself, to put your phone down every now and then and just have your quiet time. I'm surrounded by people all the time, so I definitely try to make it a point to put down my phone and not be on social media for at least an hour a day or whatever it is, just to be with yourself and collect your thoughts or just meditate. So I definitely think it's important.
And do you have any I'm going to reword this for your vocals? Do you have a vocal coach, or do you have a routine that you do to look after your voice when you're not singing?
I do not have a vocal routine. I used to when I was, did theme parks and cruise ships. But now I just take a shot of whiskey and go on stage, which is probably terrible, but that's pretty much my vocal routine right now.
Now, when you do your live performances, on average, how long are they? About an hour and a half, an hour?
We've been doing about 90-minute sets. Yeah.
Now, do you take a little bit of a break in between? or do you go straight for the 90 minutes?
We power straight through.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Now, what was one of your biggest audiences during your live performances? Like, did you have one where there was like 5,000 people, or?
We've had so many different types of audiences this year. The Ellensburg Rodeo was definitely one of my favorites. It's, gosh, I don't even know how many, probably over 2,000 people there. It was just beautiful. The energy was there. But I mean, we've also played rooms where there's only been like 150 people and the energy is still there. So like, you know, as long as the energy and the crowd is cool and we're having a good time, like I'm happy.
Do you still get a little bit tiny nervous when you're going on stage in front of an audience? A little bit?
Not at all. Nope.
No?
Not at all. I used to, you know, whenever, probably, you know, 15 years ago, but now I'm just always usually ready to rock.
What makes a good audience in 2025?
I think just the energy. If you got good energy.
Now, when you had the power outage in the UK, how was the audience with you with that little setback there?
It was great. I mean, they sang along with us, and it was just awesome.
Now, Casey, when you do a live performance, do you get there like an hour before? Like, how does that work for setup and preparation?
I think it just depends on the venue. You know, some gigs we, you know, if we're playing like a 7 to 9 gig or 9 o'clock gig, we'll have to be there for sound check pretty early to set up equipment. But it just depends on if they have equipment there or if we have to bring our own equipment or, you know, whatever the deal is. So yeah, it kind of just depends on the venue.
Now, how many members do you have on your crew with you?
It kind of differs. Sometimes we travel for the most part, we travel as a 5-piece. And then sometimes we travel as a 6 or 7-piece. It just depends on who's going with us.
Do you ever get any inspirations for new songs through your road trips with these people?
Definitely. Yeah. I write with the boys in the band and we're always just coming up with new ideas. Sometimes we'll write in the van and sometimes we'll save it for the studio. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of inspiration on the road.
Now, you mentioned studio. Do you have your own studio or do you rent or lease a studio?
No, I don't have my own studio. I'll usually go into a studio. Our bass player has a really cool studio that we do a lot of writing in. And then Smith Curry produced the last record, and I usually work with him and go into a Nashville studio here.
Casey, sometimes this happens too. You just have a brain freeze. Good. I wanted to ask you this too. What is a fun fact about Casey Johns that your fans might not know about you?
I probably that I used to rodeo. Not a lot of people, you know, when Rodeo Queen came out, I was able to finally kind of tell that story. But yeah, I grew up rodeoing with my mom. I grew up barrel racing with her. And yeah, I still think it's a cool, fun fact that, you know, I feel like I haven't rodeoed in over 15 years. So it's just crazy to come back and kind of tell that story.
Would you try it again?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. What makes a good rodeo?
What makes a good rodeo?
Yes. I've never been to one, so I'm just asking.
Oh gosh. I mean, the NFR was awesome. Yeah, just the energy, I think, you know, just good energy.
I think you should come to the one out in Calgary. It's called the Calgary Stampede. I think you really should. I really think you should get hooked up out in Calgary up there and perform out at their Stampede because it's huge out there in Western Canada.
I'm in.
Definitely. I haven't even been out there, so that's another part of Canada I need to go to as well. And I imagine when you're traveling to different places too, you get some more ideas. Do you write them down in a notebook? Do you have a notebook or you use your phone for writing notes down for possibly new songs?
I usually write them in my notes in my phone, yeah.
Now, this is a new segment, Casey, as we wrap this up. It's called Ask the Host CDP a Question. Do you have a question for me to put me on the hot seat?
Sure. What has been your favorite show that you've been to all year in 2025?
My favorite talk show I've done? Like favorite interview?
Your favorite like concert show. Where's been your favorite concert show that you've been to this year?
I haven't been to a concert yet. I was supposed to see Stevie Nicks Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
I applied for a media pass, but unfortunately I didn't get it. So I really want to see Stevie Nicks play, and people like Billy Joel too. I was supposed to go to a Billy Joel concert 5 years ago, but it got shut down due to the pandemic. So I really want to get to a concert this summer, and hopefully you come to Toronto too, because Toronto likes country music as well.
Heck yeah. That'd be awesome.
Definitely.
Well, hopefully you get out to more shows next year.
Actually, I should put you in touch with the Canadian National Exhibition because they have country music there. So I did see some country music performers there at the Canadian National Exhibition. It's a big end of summer fair in Toronto every year, the last week of August going into Labor Day. So I should put you in touch with them, and maybe you could apply to perform there, because they're looking for country music performers there as well.
Sure, absolutely.
Finally, Casey, where can our audience follow you on social media, your website, and the best way of contacting you, and maybe purchasing your merchandise as well?
Yeah, you can go to caseyjohns.rocks, and there you can find, new music, sign up for our newsletter, you can get new merch there. Yeah, you can check it all out there, tour schedule, all of the above.
How active are you on TikTok?
Extremely. I post every single day.
TikTok, I joined 5 years ago. I thought it was going to be a disaster, and it's actually been a really good tool for connecting with guests and getting guests on, and also creating content. I learned how to cut promos through the TikTok app.
There you go. Yeah.
And what do you look forward to most for this Christmas, which is next Thursday, which is hard to believe?
It's crazy. Well, of course, I'm looking forward to the mac and cheese. And then, of course, just being with my family.
Do you have a big family get-together?
It's not a huge family, but of course my sisters and my brothers and my grandma and my mom and dad are going to be there. So, yeah, we all get together and we just talk about the year, and yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
I have to ask you this, Casey, since you're music, do you guys do any karaoke for your family celebrations, Christmas karaoke?
Definitely not. What's weird is me and my granddaddy were really the only ones in my family that sang. So that's hilarious. No, we don't do any karaoke at all.
Well, Casey, I want to say thank you so much for coming on my show for the second time in less than a year. And congratulations on Best Seat in the House, and to your latest single, Bad Perfume, which is released again, on February 6th?
Correct. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And it'll be on Apple and Spotify and stuff like that?
Absolutely.
And the new album will come out in May. Do you have a name for that album yet? Picked out yet?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. So am I going to be one of the first to know?
You might be.
Now, have you been on any other Canadian podcast shows yet?
That's a good question. I can't. At the top of my head, I can't remember right now.
Okay. Well, just remember I'm number one.
Just kidding. Of course.
Just kidding. But hey, Casey, I want to say thank you so much for coming on today. And I want to say thank you to Emma for arranging this. And you have an open invite to come back on my show again in the future if you want to promote Bad Perfume or your new album coming up in May. And continued success in your music career, and wishing you and your family very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and Happy New Year coming up in 2026. And look forward to listening to more of your music too, Casey.
Well, thank you so much, Chris. It was good to hear from you again, and happy holidays as well.
Thank you so much, Casey. We'll talk to you soon, okay? That was Casey Jones, Nashville country music recording artist, who just released her latest song, Best Seat in the House. And she has her another latest single coming out February 6th called Bad Perfume, and she has an album coming out in May. The date and the name of it will be to be announced soon as well. So thank you so much to Casey Johns for coming on. Okay, those are my little my new StreamYard little gadgets on here as well. So thank you so much to Casey Johns for coming on here. Please check out her website and link. She's on LinkedIn. She's on Linktree, Facebook, TikTok at Casey Johns Music, and she's also on X.com, Casey Johns as well. So she is on social media, Casey, and check her out. And her website again is CaseyJohns.rocks. CaseyJohns.rocks is her website as well. As we wrap up this show, everybody, on this Tuesday, December 16th, my next live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show brought to you by BarryCullin.com. It's going to take place on Friday, December 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern with my special guest, Greg Tranter. He is an author and a Buffalo sports historian, and he just came out with a new book along with Bud Bailey called One Bills Drive. Greg and Bud co-authored a book called One Bills Drive, and it's about the Buffalo Bills' greatest home games from 1973 to 2025. So Greg and Bud basically came up together with this book, and it's about the Bills' moments at Highmark Stadium. This is their 53rd year and final year at their current location, Highmark Stadium. The Bills will be moving into their new stadium in 2026 across the street, not far from the current stadium. It'll be called the new Highmark Stadium as well. So Greg's going to come on and talk about his book that he helped write along with Bud Bailey, who is well known in Buffalo and has written a number of books as well. So I'm excited to talk to Greg about One Bills Drive book by Greg and Bud Bailey. And Greg is also a lifelong Bills fan, and he was at the game against New England where the Bills came back from 21-0 and defeated the Patriots 35-31 as well. So if you're a fan of the Buffalo Bills and you're a fan of NFL history and books, please check out Greg Tranter on this Friday's show of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show at 1 p.m. Eastern. And I am working on more guests and shows for next week as well. Small Talk Podcast, our final show for 2025, a holiday edition and final episode of 2025 with co-host Marlene Sharp and myself is going to take place on Monday, December 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we have a number of guests coming out from the Autism Network out in Los Angeles, California. So Marlene and myself will be joined by a number of guests, and it is going to be a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday edition as well. So Small Talk Podcast, the season final and Christmas episode will be Monday, December 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 on the West Coast. We've got NHL tonight, guys. The Detroit Red Wings, after their 4-1-1 road trip, are back home tonight at Little Caesars Arena, 7 o'clock, going against the New York Islanders. They have lost both matchups to the Islanders this year. I believe 7-1 and 6-1. So, well, let's hope the Red Wings can finally beat the Islanders tonight. So the Red Wings came off a nice road trip where they were 4-1-1, and hopefully they can get a win tonight at 7 o'clock at Little Caesars Arena. Red Wings and Islanders. You can listen to the game on 97.1 The Ticket with Ken Cowell and Paul Woods, or on Fox Sports Duel, FanDuel Detroit with Ken Daniels and Mickey Redmond. So Red Wings, Islanders as well. And last night, the Pistons won again. I love that song. The Pistons won again. They won last night. They beat the Boston Celtics. The Pistons are now 21-5. 21-5, one of the best starts in team history, and they have won 19 out of the last 22 games. Cade Cunningham had 32 points last night, and the Pistons now are off to take on the Dallas Mavericks as well. And guys, as we wrap this show up tonight, the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to be honoring Joe Bowen, their longtime radio and TV voice of the team for 44 years. Joe Bowen is retiring after 2026 season. I had the pleasure of meeting Joe Bowen this past summer at BMO Field, as Joe's son, Sean Bowen, works for the Argonauts, and Joe is a lifelong Argonaut fan as well as a Notre Dame fan. And the Maple Leafs tonight are going to be honoring him, and hopefully Sportsnet or TSN will show the live footage of him being honored as he's retiring after 44 years as the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So congratulations to Joe Bowen. His first Leafs game, I believe, was October 6th, 1982, when the Leafs took on the Chicago Blackhawks at the old Chicago Stadium. So a big shout out to Joe Bowen and the Toronto Maple Leafs. And even though I'm not a Leafs fan, when you think of Toronto Maple Leafs hockey, you think of Joe Bowen. There's nobody that has any more heart and soul for the organization than Joe Bowen. So congratulations to Joe, and hopefully the Leafs can get him a win tonight at the Scotiabank Arena tonight. And I think it's a 7 or 7:30 start there as well. And as we wrap up the show, guys, right now at Barry Cullen Chevrolet, get up to $120 in instant savings on GM genuine parts, brake pads, rotors, and a no charge. That's right, a no charge brake inspection at Barry Cullen Chevrolet, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. A 30-day brake price match guarantee as well. And also, if you're looking for winter tires, check out Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership as well. And a little shout out to Greg Smith, who's one of the service consultants there as well. So if you're looking for quality, good winter tires, with winter being here, consider a Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership, and tell Greg Smith I sent you as well. Christmas is next week. What a better way than give yourself a gift from CDP, a personalized video message from CDP. I am now on cameo.com/Chris Palme. I do happy anniversaries, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy holiday, happy birthday, congratulations. If you want to ask me questions about my 3 talk shows, some of my favorite guests and interviews, or sports interviews, or being on WQEE 99.1 FM for almost 2 years, book a Cameo. Go to cameo.com, type in Chris Palme, and I look forward to doing your request on Cameo. And let's get it going. Christmas isn't that far away. And I do play Santa too, by the way. You can now follow me on Blue Sky Social at Live with CDP19 on Blue Sky Social, which is like what Twitter X used to be like. So at Live with CDP19, Blue Sky Social, add me now. I do post a lot of content there as well. If you're looking to adopt a pet, check out the Cambridge and District Humane Society, located at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. Telephone number 519-623-7722, extension 0, or visit their website, cambridgehumanesociety.org. All the animals up for adoption, their profiles are there as well. And if you go to their website, they do have an Amazon wish list too. And if you do have dog food, cat food, pet food at home, you can also bring it in for their pet emergency fund. They do that once a month for people who are struggling financially with the cost of food in the Cambridge area as well. And if you do have paper towels, Kleenex, cat litter, garbage bags, beddings or towels, please consider dropping them off at the Cambridge District Humane Society. Michelle Glatley and the staff do a wonderful job down there as well. And they have a new dog down there named Daisy. She's an American Bulldog mix, a female, 3 years old. And check out Christopher as well. Christopher's been there a while. So hopefully we can get Christopher adopted down there soon as well. And I want to say thank you again to Cipriana's Pizza and Art Line Saloon for helping support my calendar sales by purchasing some calendars. So shout out to Cipriana's Pizzeria at 22 Queen Street West in Cambridge, and Art Line Saloon at 12 Rock Avenue in Kitchener. And thank you to everyone for purchasing a calendar. I sold over 40 calendars and raised $400 for the Cambridge District Humane Society as well. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, again, is live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Twitch, LinkedIn, and now available on Instagram. And I am hopefully going to figure out how to stream this show live on TikTok as well. StreamYard now has partnered up with TikTok, so eventually this show will be on TikTok. And you can follow me on TikTok at Chris Palme. That's at Chris Palme on TikTok. I do post a lot of content on TikTok. You can also check out my website, beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show again is brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Automall. Check out barrycullen.com for their newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles, along with their great selection of all-electric vehicles and Cadillac vehicles as well. You can call them at 519-824-0210 or email them at info@Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership. StreamYard is the official live stream provider of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. If you're into webinars or live streaming or podcasting, go to StreamYard.com. They have basic free plans, paid professional plans like I have. And if you're a business that does a lot of webinars, go to StreamYard.com and contact them for business pricing as well. Yours truly, CDP, has been with StreamYard.com now for 5 years. Give them a big thumbs up. So check out StreamYard.com for your live streaming needs. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. The audio version is on these platforms: iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify for podcasters, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Casts, Spotify, Castbox, LinkedIn, Pandora, Tuned In, YouTube Music, and Good Pods. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. And again, I want to say thank you to 70 countries around the world for listening to the show on my audio platforms. And also, thank you everyone for listening, because I've reached over 10,000 plays, listens, and downloads on Spotify. So thank you so much for supporting this show on the audio platforms as well. Finally, guys, you can email the show Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show at cpalme19@gmail.com. Any comments, questions, suggestions, feedback would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you'd like to support my YouTube channel and my talk show, I am on PayPal. Go to PayPal and put in Chris Palme if you'd like to support me through PayPal, or you can support me through booking a video from cameo.com/Chris Palme. So if you'd like to help out, PayPal, Chris Palme, or you can book a cameo from me there as well. Thank you so much for your support. And finally, guys, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Threads, Instagram, LinkedIn, Blue Sky Social, everywhere on social media except for Snapchat. And also make sure you subscribe, like, and share my YouTube channel, Chris Palme Live with CDP Talk Show. I am now up to 750 subscribers, which is tripled from 2 years ago. And I have now over 583,000 viewers on my YouTube channel. And I have posted almost 3,900 videos there. So it's a nice feeling to see my YouTube channel continue to grow. And I want to say thank you to everyone for subscribing, liking, and sharing my YouTube channel as well. So if you haven't subscribed, go to YouTube, type in Chris Palme or Live with CDP Talk Show, and make sure you subscribe, like, and share there as well. And that is about it for today's show, guys. I want to say thank you again to my special guest, a friend of mine in the show's her second appearance, Casey Johns, a Nashville country music recording artist. Please check out her music. And also her latest single, Best Seat in the House. And her latest song, Bad Perfume, will be out on February 6th. Casey Johns is everywhere on social media, and you can find her music on Spotify, Apple iTunes, Amazon Music, wherever live streaming performances are as well. So thank you so much to Casey Johns. And I want to say thank you to everyone watching this show live stream and on my audio platforms as well, and to Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership for advertising and being a part of this show for the last 3 years as well. So our next show is not until Friday, December 19th at 1 p.m. with Greg Trenter, an author and Buffalo sports historian, and we're going to talk about his book and Bud Bailey's latest book called One Bills Drive. The story, the Buffalo Bills, One Bills Drive, the best stories from the Bills home games from 1973 to 2025 at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo. So Greg and Bud Bailey worked on that book as well. So Bills fans, make sure you check out Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show Friday at 1 p.m. with Greg Trenter. And I want to give a shout out to my friend Robbie Schneider. He lives in Buffalo, New York. He's got his own podcast show, the 716 Sports Blizzard podcast show. So check out Robbie's show as well. And as for the Buffalo Bandits, they're coming off a tough 9-8 loss to Halifax in overtime. The Bandits are 1-1, and now I believe they're off to Calgary to take on the Calgary Roughnecks. And the Bandits' next home game in Buffalo, December 28th, I believe, against Las Vegas. If you're looking for more information about the Bandits, go to bandits.com or the National Lacrosse League's website, NLL.com. And please check out my interview with Buffalo Bandits defenseman number 19, Taylor Dooley. I interviewed Taylor last week on this show. So please check out Taylor Dooley from the Bandits, who was on my show a week ago as well. I hope everybody has a great evening. And I am going to be back on Friday at 1 p.m. with Greg Trenter. And I do have more shows lined up for next week as well. And again, the Small Talk podcast with Marlene Sharp and myself returns Monday, December 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 on the West Coast. And we have some guests from Autism Spectrum out in Los Angeles, California. And this will be a Christmas holiday edition as well. I hope everybody has a great evening and enjoy the NHL games and the NBA games, and we'll see you back here Friday at 1 p.m. with Greg Trenter. Thanks, everybody, for watching and listening to Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership here in Guelph.